right, Nick. The huge quarterback carousel this season has been ongoing and almost never ending, it seems. But one team made a decision last year, and they are sticking to it and bolstering the team around him. Why don't you give a little bit more on this one?
Right. So we're talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars, obviously coming off a dismal season. And Trevor Lawrence had an up and down rookie season with a lot more downs than ups. But the Jaguars this offseason have kind of made some noise and made some big moves to bolster the team around Trevor Lawrence. According to ESPN's NFL insider Dan Graziano, when he was asked what the most improved team in the league was, he said the Jaguars. He said, you can argue with some, if not all of the contracts, but you can't say the Jaguars aren't working to get better in free agency. They landed a top guard in Brandon Scherff, a starting cornerback in Darius Williams. I don't know exactly how the pass catcher situation shakes out with new guys, Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, and Evan Engram in the mix. But the receivers they had last year weren't lighting the world on fire, plus factor in a dramatic upgrade at head coach. Look, so what we're seeing with the Jaguars for the first time in a long time is they actually have a plan and they're executing on it. And I think this is a big credit to Doug Pederson, who they brought in as a new head coach this offseason. Peterson's whole offensive strategy when he was with Philly is to build a strong running game, a balanced offense based off of play actions and run pass options and RPOs and that kind of schemes. In order to do that, you need to bolster the run game immediately. It needs to be a very good running football team. And they went out and got one of the best run blocking guards in the NFL, Brandon Scherff, out of Washington. According to Pro Football Focus last year, the Jacksonville Jaguars had the 24th ranked offensive line in the NFL. Not good. With Brandon Scherff, that's probably now a top 15, top 16 group. A lot of mocks have them going offensive line, offensive tackle, number one overall. So we're looking at a Jaguars team. This is going to be a better offensive line, much better offensive line. And then they go out and surround Trevor Lawrence with a group of not star receivers, but quality talent around him. So that way he's not throwing to a lot of number 3, number 4 guys. This is a lot of good moves by the Jaguars this offseason. What do you think about it?
Well, they do lose DJ Shark to the Lions. And he was probably their youngest, most interesting receiver prospect. But you go back and get the Cardinals' Christian Kirk, who's a very productive receiver on the Cardinals. And this is what my point is. You go out and get Evan Engram from the Giants, who's not a great blocker, but he's very productive in the receiving game. Instead of giving someone, one guy or 2 guys, I would trade a DJ Shark for a few productive guys in the pass game that have proven that they can handle volume and things like that. So I like the moves. Bolster the offensive line. You need to give a guy like Lawrence time behind the pocket. And that's the thing. The beauty of it is Trevor's talent is in his arm strength, his intelligence, and he can make pretty much any throw. So if you get productive guys in the passing game and let him have time behind the line of scrimmage, I think you're going to see a big improvement in this offense. So I really like the moves that they've made.
Yeah, and you brought up Evan Engram, and I think that's a great point. Evan Engram averaged probably 50 catches, 45, 50 catches a year with the New York Giants, who we know have just been a dumpster fire offensively. They've gone through offensive coordinators every year, it seems like. And he was still, like you said, very productive. And Doug Pederson was very successful with tight ends in Philly, made Zach Ertz a superstar. You're telling me Evan Engram can't come in and be at least that level of production? I think Ingram's going to have a breakout year and it's going to be a big value add for Trevor Lawrence as he continues to grow and hopefully make big strides from his rookie year.
Yeah, I could totally see that. And that's the thing. And here's where you worry. You just worry that Urban Meyer came in last year and, like we said, it was an absolute dumpster fire, mistake after mistake after mistake. Well, Trevor Lawrence, you hope he's got a strong mental game and he can break through because he really is an extremely talented quarterback prospect. And I think a coach who's as good as developing quarterbacks as Doug Pederson, a guy who played in the league, he knows what it takes. I think this is a great fit of the minds for the Jaguars. They finally did something right. Keeping Bulk, not necessarily the greatest move, but getting Peterson in there, I think this is a really good decision. So I like the future for Trevor.